What is going on YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Random, and this is something, God, I'm so ashamed of this. This is something you guys have been asking for such a long time. And ye asked, and ye asked, and ye asked, and ye shall receive. What the hell am I talking about? I'm talking about merch, baby. Introducing phase 1 of the Mr. Random merch campaign. Guys, this is custom made, one-of-a-kind Crown Vic gear for the Crown Vic enthusiasts, made by Crown Vic enthusiasts. Guys, we have the Hobocop. The JDM guys might have the Rocket Bunny, but we got the Fuck It Bunny. And we even threw the Lieutenant Dan Ford LTD for all three of you guys who actually love that car. And of course, you couldn't be supporting the Panther platform without a Vic's Life Matter t-shirt. Now, each shirt will actually feature a Mr. Random custom logo in the back, or you can get a Fuck It Bunny Vic, which features the Got Cop Ship 4.6 logo on the back. Of course, you guys already know the drill. This is phase 1. That means that these designs will never come back once it's over. So make sure you go and check them out right under the video as you guys are watching it. Phase 2 will be the Panther Renaissance, which will feature the Marauder, Grand Marquis, Lincoln Town Car, and a special surprise. So keep an eye out for the drop. Now back to the video. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen that Dave Chappelle meme that says, modern problems require modern solutions. At least I think that's what it says. This is something that most first-time Crown Victoria owners experience. What the hell am I talking about? I'm talking about no freaking horn. All right, guys, now there's 2 ways to go about the no horn, the Crown Victoria no horn problem. Probably, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, probably the easiest one. The first way to, there's 2 ways. The first way to deal with it is you make your way to where your horn is. In this case, you guys see this one doesn't even have a freaking horn. The horns will be right over here. Literally one of these. The issue is usually as simple as reconnecting your horn. They just unplug them or they trim the wires. You put a new end to this wire and you connect it back to your old horn. The second easiest solution is you make your way to your fuse panel, check in your horn fuse, but there's one more option. There's an option number 3. And with that option, bring your old grandpa into the 21st century. All you have to do, guys, is get yourself a pair of these. No, not those. Higher, these right here. Get yourself a pair of 118 decibels. Let me repeat that again. 118 decibel Sonic Blast horns. Now you can pick these up online, or if you're a Mexican and or are broke and or are both, then you can pick these up at AutoZone for just around $30. Why would you want to go with Sonic Blast horns over just regular horns? Well, because Sonic Blast horns will give your old, grumpy, retired cop some much needed style points. Or one of my favorite things is that you can sit back and literally laugh your ass off as a little kid comes up to your car at a local car show and points at it and says, "Look, Daddy, look at the pretty turbos on that car." Or you can keep that old Crown Victoria myth going, and next time somebody comes up to your Crown Vic and says, "Hey man, aren't those things normally turbocharged from factory?" You look at him, you point at your Sonic Blasters and you say, "Yep." And I'm gonna be installing them. If you guys want to see how to install your very own Sonic Blast horns, well, stick around. I'm gonna show you guys step by step how to install these things. It's gonna be very, very easy. Keep in mind though, I'm not an experienced electrician. I'm more of a redneck. I do things in a very redneck way. I get them to work, they work, I get them done, I get it done, but boy, it might not be the fanciest way to go about doing this here thing right here. All right guys, so for the purposes of today's video, I'm only gonna install one horn. After this, I'm gonna have to run to the hardware store. I'm gonna have to get myself a couple of these right here. As you guys can see, these little butt connectors right here that the horns actually bring. It only really brings 2 of them because these are supposed to be for your ground. When you're installing this, I'm gonna show you guys exactly where I'm gonna install it and all that. You see how this is going like this? This top bracket, well, the top-most connector right here, this one right here, the same as this, but on this side, this is your negative, this is your ground, and the bottom part is your positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab both of these wires right here. I'm going to grab myself some heat shrink tubing, and then I'm going to actually put the heat shrink in first, because once we tie these 2 cables together, I'm going to loop the heat shrink back out, and it's going to kind of provide this waterproof seal. First, what I do is I kind of braid them a little bit so that the wires aren't all frayed. Then what I do is I make an X, and you just twist them, kind of braid them in to each other, as you guys can see. And then I bring the heat shrink tubing over that connection right there, over that bridge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a torch. It's going to heat shrink to this connection right here. Actually see it start shrinking once I hit it with the torch. Like I said, guys, I'm not an expert in wiring by any means. This is just a very rough presentation. I'm sure there's plenty of YouTube channels out there that'll show you guys how to properly wire things. Guys, then the next step is actually going to be to install the actual horns themselves. This is the location I decided to install them. It actually kind of works perfect. If you guys notice, on the inside of your Crown Victoria, you're going to have to remove the grill. Right here where your hood latch is, there is 2 bolts that are holding your hood latch in. But there's also 2 bolts right here that are perfectly spaced, as you guys can see. All you really have to do is remove this and then put your Sonic Blast horn in there and put that screw back in there, and it's going to be one on this side and one on that side. I'm going to show you guys exactly what that looks like, but that's where I decided I'm going to mount them. It's perfect. It's already there. It's evenly spaced, as you guys will soon see. Oh yeah, that's not going nowhere. All right, guys, and this is what it looks like when it's installed. Like I said, just the place where I picked, it has like that perfect kind of like symmetry going on. They're not too close together, they're not way too far apart. In my opinion, I think right here, exactly where she sits, it's perfect. Holy crap, these things are so freaking badass too. Look at that. So you guys remember how I told you that the negative is going to be at the top? Well, this is your ground, your negative right here. It's going to go on the negative of the battery. And then you might be wondering, why the hell is this positive cable so freaking long? Well, the reason for that is because of the way that I'm going to wire this up. You know what? At this point, I highly recommend you guys kind of take a little crash course into how to wire stuff. Maybe somebody who is a little bit more better versed at wiring things than I am, because I got a lot of heat for me last time I installed some PAs on an older Crown Vic that I had. It worked, never gave me problems, never caught on fire, but people gave me a lot of crap for it. So anyways, just to kind of show you guys, I'm gonna have to clean this up later because it's hot as balls out here. We got our extremely long positive cable. I'm gonna run it all along through here. It's gonna square up. It's gonna 90 degree right around here. And I'm gonna open the door. And I'm just gonna feed it in through this corner right here. And I'll show you guys now where I'm gonna put this. So watch what happens when you close the door. You can't even tell there's nothing there. Once the hood gets closed down, boom, nothing. I didn't have to drill my firewall. I didn't have to have all these crazy mice and things coming through the thing, because I live in the country. There's no way in hell I'm about to drill through my firewall. I got my switch. When installing a horn, guys, you want to get a push, like a push button type of switch, something where you can push, horn sounds, as soon as you let go, your horn stops. If you have a switch like this, your horn is going to stay permanently on unless you switch it back. I had this laying around. I wasn't about to waste money on a push button switch. This will work just as fine. Now, the best thing about having a Crown Victoria is that these panels right here, this trim pops out, guys. It's literally being held in by some tabs. You pull it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill right around here. I'm going to drill a little hole. I'm going to poke my switch. It's going to be on the inside through here. It's going to pop out of that hole, and it's going to be set up something like that. And all I have to do is just pop, boom. All right, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about, I used this kind of drill. Made a nice little hole right there in that little panel. We grab our switch. We're going to feed it through that little panel. And then we screw on the top portion that came with our switch, and that's what will hold it in place into our little panel. And of course, we're going to put that skull head back in there. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a switch for our horn. All right, guys, so we have our 2 wires rigged up to the switch. One is going to go all the way to the positive terminal of the battery, and the other one is going to go all the way to the positive end of our horn. All right, guys, so it's finally complete. The only thing left to do is to flip the switch and see how this bad boy sounds. Okay, so I was having fun doing a little back and forth honk off between the Killer Whale and the Hobocop. I just realized something. This is why these cars are always surprising me. It just never ends. They're always full of surprises. Look what the Hobocop has been hiding all along. Okay, so there's the regular horns right there, the 2 snails. This thing has a massive PA system already hooked up. Look, you can see the wires in there and everything. That's gonna be for another video, but holy crap. This siren that it has here is absolutely massive, and it's just hidden. And that is going to be it for today's video, guys. It's finally installed. I'm not going to lie, they're a little bit more low-key, a little bit more stealthy than what I thought. Maybe at a glance, some of you guys might be able to spot it, but you got to kind of get right in there. Then again, the way that the sun is hidden is kind of making the shadow go up, but it's hard to tell on camera if you can actually see them or not. And definitely in person you can see them 100%, especially from far, like right here as you're coming up to the car. Holy crap, this GoPro just does not do it justice. I wish when I'm editing this, I hope it comes out on camera. I hope the GoPro picks it up, guys. Either way, that's where I'm going to leave it right here, guys. Remember, guys, don't forget to check out the merchandise. Support me, show love for the Panther platform, guys. Remember, this is just phase 1. There's going to be a phase 2. We're going to have Marauder t-shirts. We're going to have Lincoln Town Car, Grand Marquis. We're going to go all out on phase 2. This is just a test run. Phase 1, show support for your boy. Let's get a lot of these projects up and running. Let's get the ball rolling, guys. Only you guys can do that. I already ordered myself a set of each and every single one of those shirts. Either way, I'll catch you guys on the next Crown Victoria, Mustang, whatever the hell. It's up for grabs now at this point. It's your boy, Mr. Random. Take it easy.